Welcome back to the realistic road to glory as we look to improve on our current 15th spot in the league. We've been as high as 11th recently, and we'd love to get back there, if not even higher, yet further still if possible. We've games against sides around us again today. We've also games against sides that are significantly higher up in the division than us today as well. Birmingham, Luton, Sunderland, Preston and Portsmouth, as you can see there. Going to sim the first and sim the last, and then play the three in the middle. Luton, Sunderland and Preston will be the three that we play today. Birmingham and Portsmouth are significantly below us in the table, so you'd like to think we can get the job done there, right? So thank you to those who are on the board behind me for your continued support. Guitarist on Wheels, Homer J and Debro. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the board. Thank you for your continued support in the YouTube comment section. We shall hope to channel your support into multiple sets of 3 points today. Allsop Laird, Gravelon, Claro, Longello, Bielik, Leonard, Wright, Ayumu, Keller, who we had on loan at some point in this save at Birmingham, Season 1, I think, and still a highly rated Jay Stansfield up top for Birmingham, who's scoring some goals, but not necessarily enough to keep them away from a relegation scrap at the minute. We're full strength, and hopefully that will show itself by the end in the result. We went on a good run of wins yesterday, then we ended with a draw and a defeat. So let's start with wins today and keep winning today, please. Golasso and Josh Coburn. Someone mentioned in the comment section recently that they missed me screaming, Tovide! And I get that Coburn doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but he does bag, does our Josh? He does bag regularly. Whether he'll get close to Tovide's 99 goals in a Bradford shirt by the end of his career with us in this save, I don't know. But he's certainly well on the way after, well, at this point, less than a season's worth of games. Obviously, 1-1, yikes. And it's bloody Brandon Kaler as well. So he joined us in January last year, Josh Coburn. Did very well and has led the line really well so far this year too. If he could score again, though, that'd be lovely. They're in. Stansfield scores. Birmingham leads by 2-1. He just had a feeling when he got played through, and when the ball got played in down wide before they got the assist, that something dangerous was developing. It's developed. Birmingham City lead at Valley Parade. 20 minutes to go. Oh, it's going to be, isn't it? Yeah, Jay Stansford makes it 3. Again, you could just tell sometimes with the way that a move is building that it's going to end in a goal. Well, we wanted to start with wins. We're going to start with a defeat. So if we go defeat into a run of wins now, then it's not that bad. There are significant boos around the ground. I don't think that's really fair. Jay Stansford is a particularly good striker and evidently good enough to win a game on any day for any team at this level. We know what you offer, Josh. Thank you very much for your continued goal scoring. Intrigued to know who is my top goal scorer at the minute, actually. I think Josh might now have it. Oh, yeah. 7 in 11 in the league, as opposed to the 7 in 13 for Bowie. Coburn has scored in other competitions as well, i.e. 1 in Carabao Cup. He's got 10 total, but obviously we don't count the friendly games. And you might just briefly have noticed there that, yes, I've had a managerial offer. Millwall have offered me £24,000 a week to go and manage there. Now, Luton with only one goalkeeper in their whole squad, actually. Ezequiel Centurion is their man between the 6. So 5 back for them. Hashioka, Mooney, Mengi, Anderson and Rojas. Mark McGuinness, Alan Campbell and Shandon Baptiste in the midfield. Then Keane Lewis Potter up top alongside Carlton Morris is not bad. Zach Nelson, Romanessa, 78 rated Romanessa, Reece Burke, Jacob Brown, Joe Taylor, Tom Holmes and Romulo is the final man on the list there. We've got a couple of changes, but we're basically as you would expect us to be in most important areas. See, again, busy fixture list, etc. Here at Kenilworth Road, trying to do some damage. You could damage the ground as much as you like, and it would still look exactly the same as it does in real life now. Josh Coburn is in. Defenders committed. Josh Coburn! Thank you! Coburn's goal scoring continues. 1-0. Lewis Potter Trying to figure out what he wants to do with it. Shooting from there is not really what he should have done with it. Coburn and Brannigan. I mean, I don't really want a red card here, because that wasn't a... It's going to be a red, isn't it? Yeah. It wasn't a... Well, I don't think it was a vicious tackle. It was just one of those trying to break up play, cynical fouls. Oh, no, it was quite vicious. All right, red card then. They're taking Carlton Morris off, and they're bringing Joe Taylor on. Grimes, Lee, Coburn. Looking for the run of Bowie. Finding the run of Bowie. Ooh. I'm as surprised as you are that the net hasn't rippled there. I fully expected that to be rather straightforward second goal. And Mitai down the line. Ford. Coburn. Play the 1-2. Come on, Shaq. Coburn. I took my time in figuring out how I wanted to try and take the effort. Got it right in the end. 2-0 we lead. I'm surprised the defenders didn't close me down a bit quicker than that. I'll take it. Double the advantage. Really? I've literally just unpaused it for Luton to have another red card. Mark McGuinness. Oh, it's his second yellow for Mark McGuinness. We were just talking about the Olympics in live chat. I've unpaused it, and he's caught me as I've unpaused it. Luton down to 9 men. Not going well for you, lads. Not going well for you at all. You're already 2-0 down, and now you're 2 men down as well. Come on then. Gooch. Bit of space for Tommy Lee in the middle. Oh, Gabe. Gabe Wadsworth. It's a terrible ball. It's a terrible touch. An assist instead then. No. We will have a third goal though. Bowie makes it 3. I wanted Gabe to score, but the touch was terrible. I mean, to be fair, it's a very good save, because that wasn't straight at him. It was to his left. And then it's just unlucky. In fact, if anything, look, he's overcorrected at the near post. We've gone back the other way. 3-0. Sorry, Luton. Mengi, Taylor, we're going to concede. They've cut me apart there as if my defence was the one that had 2 players missing from it. 3-1. Slight over-celebration, but they have sliced through us there. It's a little bit embarrassing, actually. Rojas. Is that given away? No. Nelson. Oh, God. Well, Nelson's got his goal. And I'm happy for him. Not particularly pleased the fact that we had a 3-0 lead against 9 men and it's 3-2 now with a couple of minutes to go. Too sure what's been going on with our defence there. It's just where we scored those extra goals, isn't it, really? Please be onside. I can't believe that I'm actually contemplating time wasting at this point in the game. I should have time wasted a bit more. It would be the most embarrassing thing that's happened for a long time on the channel if 9 men Luton come from 3-0 down to take a point. Which thankfully, thanks to Luca Hiralainen, they won't be doing. Oh my God. That would have been so bad. Looking for Kelvin in the middle and... beyond any reasonable doubt, 4-2. And breathe. Bloody hell. Can you imagine? Oh, you wouldn't have never let me live it down. Bradford 4, Luton 2. I think the home fans and the away fans are probably booing. I criticised Shakai Ford for not contributing enough. After 7 games, he had 1 assist in the Championship. And I thought to myself, maybe I'm overusing the right-hand side of the pitch. Maybe I try and use the left-hand side a bit more fairly. Since doing so, guess who's picked himself up 6 assists in 7 games? Shakai Ford. So he's doing the job now. Very much so, and we're pleased with him. Kieran Bowie's still obviously doing his bit. Josh Coburn still doing his bit. And Kelvin, utilised better as the inside forward on the right or the striker through the middle as a squad player rather than the starter on the left. is getting better numbers for himself as well. We've Sunderland away next. Here we are at the Stadium of Light once again. They've got Ruben Clark in goal at 74. Still Pembele at right back. Our former Josh Flint alongside Wamed Omari and Alesi at left back. Job is now 83, still here. Daniel 81, still here. Patrick Roberts on the right. Roman Mundle on the left. Adil El-Shish still behind Wilson. Isidore up top. They are decent, Sunderland. They're in the playoffs at the minute. They're the side that we were chasing, actually. I say chasing. When we compared, when we were on 16 points, the side in the bottom playoff place were Sunderland on 22. That's when we were 6 points off the playoffs, and the closest we've been all save so far to the championship playoffs. What has happened to that scenario now, after the games we've played since, I don't know. But Sunderland is still going to be good, and we're still going to be in with a shout of doing something this season, I think. If we keep playing the way we've been in the past couple of episodes, we are going to challenge for top half certainly. And maybe more. Coburn does it again. 10th goal of the season for him. The pitch is so green and luscious here at the Stadium of Light. They actually thought it was wet gameplay to begin with. I thought it was raining. It's not. It's just a very, very well-maintained pitch, it seems. Which is, well, I guess it's going to get a lot of water, isn't it, in the northeast of England, I suppose. So perhaps we shouldn't be quite so surprised. Isidore has been really good against us previously for Sunderland, so we're going to have to keep a keen eye on him. See, Josh Coburn used to play for local northeast rivals Middlesbrough, so he won't get too much of a warm welcome at the Stadium of Light. Even less so now he's scored to give us a 1-0 lead. Mundle will take the corner here for the Black Cats, and they may have the opportunity to pull themselves level. El-Shish is one of their better players, obviously, and he's played well against us previously. That is just straight up pinball, but it goes wide, thankfully. Get it out wide. 1-2 maybe. Oh, nearly. Would have been beautifully done. Well orchestrated. Just like that, actually. Here's Mundle now. Man in the middle. Two men in the middle. Here comes Patrick Roberts with the header of a lifetime. One of, if not their genuine, lowest rated player in the side at 72. But that was a particularly impressive header from Patrick Roberts. Unchallenged at the back post as he ghosted in. Didn't even know he was there. Rose much higher than Mitai, who wasn't anywhere near him. And that is how good headers could be if they weren't still broken when under pressure. Because if Mitai was a foot further forward, it'd have gone all the way up there. Mitai. Well, he's done me. He's done me again. Nearly did it a third time. Pembele. Hand over to Brannigan. Pembele decided he wants to be Messi now. Holy moly. Timothy Pembele is having a really solid game at right back, and so far it's a very dangerous goal scoring threat as well. Oh, that's not great. We have won it back. Brannigan, Coburn, lift it. Looking for Bowie, who's going to get there first. It was a decent headed attempt, but Clark adjusts his feet well enough. Could have been similar to Flavic's header that flicked over the keeper for Aston Villa against us in the Cup earlier this season, if you cast your mind back. Oh, good block. That needed to be made. Well done, Luca. We weren't able to replicate the sort of finish that we saw from the 87 rated Hiralainen. 87 rated Flavic. Maybe Hiralainen will get to 87 rated for us at some point in this save. Who knows? That'd be great if he did. But at the minute, he's 73 and he's doing a good job. Tommy Lee, looking for the run of Bowie. He's in behind the fullback and he's tackled the centre-back. And surely from here... Oh, he should have added a second goal. He hasn't. The angle did get very tight, but I was never going to be able to find Coburn, so I had to go solo there. Roberts. Does he give a pen? I was just panic. Well, I wasn't panic. All of it was controlled inputs, especially with the block, but I've tried to clear it, and he stepped in for a tackle and nudged him in the back of the bottom of his back, and it's going to be Jobe Bellingham from the spot to give Sunderland a 2-1 lead. How costly could that Kieran Bowie miss at the other end prove to be now? Oh, I nearly got a toe in there. Ashish has gotten away from Bambo, and he's found Isidore. 3-1 Sunderland. I feel like we deserve that, but it's brutal. Not bad cross. If it finds the man. Did that hit a hand? It did. Come on. And we're in Brannigan territory. Cam, please, pal. We really need a goal now, mate. I might not have put enough on this. We really need a goal. We're not going to get one. I didn't put enough on it. That hit my hand this time, I think. No, play continues. Brannigan. Tommy Lee. Odor. And Brannigan. From open play instead, maybe. Kelvin can't get it under control. It's not to be. We're going to lose this one. 3-1 Sunderland is what the final result will be then. Ref, do us a favour, please. Let's go back down the motorway, back to Bradford, and just lick our wounds after this one. Which is what we're going to have to do. Sunderland are in the playoffs, and the playoffs are getting further away from us with results like that, unfortunately. We are 10 points off the playoffs and 8 points above the relegation zone. So at the moment, very much mid-table mediocrity. But we saw that when we got a run of 3 straight victories in the last episode, that we shot up the table. So if we can do that, continually bounce back from some of the most recent defeats and put together a run of form again, there's absolutely no reason why we can't fly into the top half again. They've got David Cornell in goal. The rest of the team is better than him. He's their only goalkeeper at the minute for some reason. Brad Potts, Liam Lindsay, Jordan Story, Jack Watmore and Kian Best, the back 5. Ben Whiteman, Mwene and Stefan Tita Tordarson. Or Tortarson? Tortarson? I'm trying, Anna. Thank you for the pronunciation assistance. And then Osmajic up top and Leighton Stewart alongside him. You've got Sheikh Sabali, Mas Frurkia, Jeppe Ockels, Victor Djukanovic. They've got higher rated players, but they keep signing players that don't play in positions in the formation that they play because AI is really clever. So even though there are those in the starting lineup that are lower rated than some of the players on the bench, if those players that are on the bench were in the 11 because of the negative kind of anti-boosts that they'd get for being in the wrong position, it wouldn't make them any better in that position than the people that are currently in the starting lineup. Hence why the people that are in the lineup are in the lineup. No, don't foul him. Oh, I was just trying to block a shot that in the end didn't come. And thankfully, he hurdled over the challenge. Otherwise, that would have been a very early Preston North End penalty, which would have scuppered me entirely. Really want to win this one. And I tell you what, our star man, oh, couldn't have had a narrower angle. Mwene and Potts. See a side to Mwene. It's a nice ball into Osmajic as well. Oh, what a ball round the corner that is. Preston are dangerous. Oh my God. Just nowhere to go. Pinned in a little bit here. Osmajic. Courtney House does well. And I'll just try and work it to the keeper and then get it away. Blimey. What a start by Preston this has been. What a start by us this could be if we can just get it in his stride. Shaq has been actually genuinely really impressive since I criticised his lack of end product. He picked up basically an assist every single game since. So I have to give him credit where it's due. He's actually really stepped his game up, and I appreciate that. I need to step my game up because that was absolute shite to trying to force a ball through a gap that was never going to be there. We've won it back. We'll try and work it forward quickly. Coburn's going through that gap and he's onside too. And Coburn from here is always going to make that 1-0. Someone criticised Coburn in the comment section recently saying that he's nowhere near as good as Tovide. I would go as far as to say, at the minute, he's probably got a better goals to game ratio. Well in, Tommy. Alright. Breath. They're going to score, aren't they? You just knew it. Why, when you're past the allotted time and the ball is at the centre circle, are you not blowing your whistle? 1-1. Preston equalise. So of course they frickin' do. Gooch into Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee is knackered at the moment. Kieran Bowie played in. Come on. Oh, this time the shot wasn't blocked. He at least got it off on goal, but still saved. Made a number of changes here. Oh, Coburn has now gone off because he's, quite frankly, absolutely knackered. I've swapped Bowie and Ford over to see if that's going to make any sort of difference. And Shakai Ford is now the inside forward. And we've also brought on 2 new midfielders as well. Willing Courtney House, keep that in play, good lad. So we're going to see if the changes change the game. And we very nearly got an immediate answer. Brilliant run by Ford. Brilliant ball by Ford. Good attempt by Kelvin. But unfortunately, the defender just did enough. Sorry, the goalkeeper just did enough. Should have played that to feet rather than trying to play the through ball. But we've won it back. And Brannigan's found. And through here is Bowie. And there is Ford. But I cannot score this second goal against bloody Preston North End. Well, Clarkador's just taking it onto himself. Oh, Kelvin! That must have been so close. I'm not going to get to see a replay now, am I? They're bringing on a number of players here. Oh, I thought that was it. Come on. Second half stoppage time would be wonderful. Yes! It's not quite stoppage time, but it's still the 90th minute! Shakai Ford scores his first goal from open play for me in a played game, and what a time to get it! We deserve this! I'm not sure how many of the chances have made it into the highlights, but there've been plenty of them. And at last, we have the goal to win ourselves the game. Well, I don't throw it away, Ches. Well in, Brannigan. Right, and by doing so, we are not going to throw it away, Ches. Kelvin. Ford. Oh, typically, we're going to score again. The inside forward role for Shakai here, as dubbed, I'll give him credit, by Big Money Mike in chat. We're going to win by 3-1. And we deserve that too. It's a bit harsh on Preston, who have defended well, to concede 2 goals late on like that, but I've earned it, so bollocks to it. And there's the final whistle. Get it! Pompey just beat Cardiff by 2-1. That's actually a big result for Portsmouth at the bottom end of the table. Brings them off the bottom end of the table, actually. We're up to 13th with that win. And, what are we? 22 points now. So we are... Well, we're 11. We've got twice as many points as Portsmouth in the relegation zone. That does bring them off the foot of the table and draws Cardiff further into the relegation zone. So we're 11 points off the relegation zone and now just 7 points, although obviously Bristol City have a game in hand, off the playoffs. With the right... I think with the right introductions in January... and improvements, are we going to be forced to improve over Bambo Diaby because he's leaving? And, well, Matt Grimes had dropped to 70 rated and has now regrown to 71, which is weird. But he has been a little bit iffy as his rating has declined. So I do have a player in mind to potentially, in the short term, loan in, available through the game, who's loan listed in game, to replace Matt Grimes in January. So I think with the improvement at centre-back and an improvement in midfield, we might not be too far away from potentially, if we could put the form together, challenging for a playoff spot this year. It would be ahead of schedule, and I don't think we'd get through the playoffs, but we could get close. As we've advanced to the next game, Pompey have since dropped back to the bottom of the table, unfortunately for them. There's now lots of matchday. 18s have been played. We are playing on the Sunday here. So we've dropped down to 15th. What did Bristol City do? Bristol City keep winning by the looks of things. So we're still on 22 points. And we are 9 points now off the playoffs, where Bournemouth currently sit. If we can win this one, though, against Pompey, it's only 6 points to the playoffs. We are away. Coburn isn't fully fit. And to be fair, Kelvin has been begging me to play. So I will start him here, and we'll see if he can actually pull something out the bag. If he doesn't, then obviously back the Almark, we'll put Josh Coburn on, and maybe Josh Coburn can pull something out the bag. Bratt, Swanson, Towler, Paul, Farrell, Kamara, Dazelle, Tremoni, Blair, Akpom and Ratkov for Portsmouth. As we, away from home, look to pick up back-to-back victories, please. It's a lovely ball. Ford's in the box, lays it back. Kelvin! He begged to start. He bags a goal. Kelvin, Hibatu, man. Hibatu, man. That's why we call him Kelvin. Gives us a 1-0 lead. Up the chickens. Oh, they nearly equalised. Oh, it's a lovely ball. Whoa! Petkar Ratkov does not miss one-on-ones like that very often. But if ever there was a moment we're glad he did, it's now. This is unbelievable football. Oh, if that had gone in, that would have been the most sensational second goal. What a team move. Shakai Ford and Josh Coburn linking up brilliantly. Please don't go and score an equaliser now still. Portsmouth! Super Akpom! God damn it. 1-1. Pompey going to scrape themselves a point. Oh, that's gutting. Oh, we played such good football at times in that game, especially in that last highlight there, but it is what it is. We don't get the result we were after. It's just a point. So the gap to the playoffs is now 8. Do we genuinely target the playoffs? Update for Shakai Ford's role, which is good. He's now 75 rated, which is excellent. Winger plus. Or no, winger plus. Can he grow anywhere else a little bit more? He can grow a little bit more inside forward. Level up in 37 weeks. It's not before the end of the season, I don't think, but it's still going to be worth growing him in that role just to get him up a little bit. I wonder. We're 13th in the division. We're nearly at the halfway. Well, I say nearly at the halfway stage. We're still 8 games off the halfway stage. We're just past the quarter stage. We're at third, maybe. What's 3/18s? Triple 18. 54. We're just over the third of the way through the season. I mean, Bournemouth have only lost 1 game in 18. They've just drawn 10. Yikes. Not a great time to be a Bournemouth fan. Not a terrible time to be a Bournemouth fan, mind. Burnley running away with it at the minute. I mean, the playoffs is... I want to say the playoffs could be doable for us this year. It would be a hell of a leap. We are conceding a lot of goals. But I'm not worried about the bottom end of the table now, I don't think. I think we're comfortable enough that we're not worrying about relegation. It's now a case of, could we potentially make a run for the playoffs? Well done, Kel. Really pleased with that. Bowie's still played very well, but not been quite so impressive, actually, today. Or at least in the past couple of games. So, as we move into... It's December next, isn't it? Yeah, we move into December. We'll obviously split that into 2 because it's a very busy month. And then we will be January transfer window where we've got Blackburn in the FA Cup. I mean, that's winnable as well. We've got Blackburn in the league. That might give us an idea of what we can expect against Blackburn in the Cup, couldn't it? Big games next month, though. Plymouth the bottoms, that's got to be a win. But Leicester, who are challenging at the top. 2 games against Sheffield United, who are challenging near the top. 2 games against Hull, who are obviously a decent side of... Well, Sheffield United are actually only 11th. I thought they were much higher than that. They certainly should be much higher than that. Hull are 4th. Leicester are 2nd. And Watford are 7th. So, yeah, it's a really difficult couple of episodes on the way. But if we can get through December and still be within single digits of the playoffs, then I might have a little hint of belief with a good transfer window. We'll put a pin in it. Don't get carried away. I'll see you tomorrow.